What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Kevin Svenson, and today I want to discuss the price of Bitcoin, not only the short term, but what I also expect to see in the long term. And I also want to discuss the recent sponsorship we got from CryptoWatch, which is the platform you guys have been seeing me use for the past couple of years now. So looking at the 12-hour chart, we can see that Bitcoin has now tested through this short-term upward sloping trend line and is now retesting this critical support range. Now, of course, it is still possible that Bitcoin can break to the upside, and if that does happen, we need to build support off of 12,000, and then likely we would be pushing up for a nice $1,000 move up towards the $13,200 level. But in my opinion right now, based on the rejection that we've seen, it is increasingly more likely that we will push to the bottom of this support zone. And if we do break below 10,800, then it becomes increasingly more likely that we do retest the recent lows, the local lows here at 9,100, putting us in a potential descending triangle, which would make it increasingly more likely that we would test down to my downside target of about $7,500, which would be a test of the golden retrace, putting us in a potential large-scale parabolic formation. When Bitcoin is entering a bull market, it routinely makes these types of corrections where we hit a high and pull back from the high and retest the golden retrace, as we've seen here in the previous bull market. We've had many examples of retesting the golden retrace as we are forming large-scale parabolic moves and entering a bull market. And that is what I'm looking for here in the medium term to long term, is that Bitcoin would trade into what could be a descending triangle and or pennant formation, break below that formation, retest the $7,500 level, have a nice 3-day period for a pullback, a nice 3-day period for a pushback, gets volume levels that exceed previous levels. And if Bitcoin can see that, if Bitcoin can get volume levels that exceed previous levels, then likely we would be entering a larger scale bull run. So looking at some of the top altcoins right now, Ethereum is testing below its upward sloping trend line and using it as new resistance. Right now, we have retested the golden retrace at $190, which is also the support of the consolidation range before the major breakdown in November. Right now, we have tested this area a few times right now, which is a little bit of a bearish sign. Usually, you would want to see a nice bounce off the golden retrace, and you would want to see Ethereum remaining above the upward sloping trend line. But right now, we are using the upward sloping trend line as resistance, which could mean in the short term that we would break down towards the $150 level, which is a critical zone for Ethereum, which is that pivot point between exiting the bull market, entering this short-term bull market that Ethereum has seen right now. So if Ethereum does break below the 618, then likely we would be retesting down to this pivot point right here, which is coming in at $150 to attempt to gain much better support. Right now, Ethereum is not really getting all too much volume at these current levels. If Bitcoin, pulls back in the short term, if Ethereum pulls back in the short term, then likely you'd see much better support for Ethereum. A much better buy target most likely would be coming in at about $150. So Litecoin right now, another top altcoin, which has seen some incredible moves recently, retesting the 50% retrace at the moment, which is coming in just above this previous resistance of the consolidation range before the major breakout here coming towards the end of 2017. Right now, the most critical support should be coming in at the golden retrace at about $70, which is also the previous resistance range before the major breakout in 2017. So personally right now, if Bitcoin does break down, if Bitcoin does trade back into this formation right here, then likely you would see Ethereum breaking down towards $150, and you would see Litecoin breaking down to the golden retrace at about $70, and hoping to find some good support off of $70. So right now, the most critical support is going to be coming in between $50 and $70, which is this previous support and resistance range, and also the support and resistance range before the breakdown. Personally, I would say, it is extremely likely that Litecoin is going to find at least medium-term to long-term support within $50 to $70. Most likely, we will see it come in at about $70, which is the golden retrace. Of course, that all depends on Bitcoin. You can't do an analysis on an altcoin without doing analysis on Bitcoin. So again, if Bitcoin is able to break above the downward sloping resistance, that would put us in a position to find support off of 12,000 and move towards the $13,000 level to retest some of these highs again to see if we can, of course, break into new yearly highs. Personally, I think the downside is more likely right now. Pulling back to 7,500, which is the golden retrace, is a routine correction for Bitcoin when it's forming large-scale bull markets and large-scale parabolic moves. So this is what I think is most likely right now for Bitcoin, trading into a potential descending triangle and or pennant formation before a breakdown, retest of 7,500, the golden retrace, and a bounce back. So you guys have been watching me use CryptoWatch for the past couple of years now. The incredible thing about CryptoWatch, and the reason why I've been using it for the past couple of years, is that you can connect yourself to all the top exchanges, trade whatever asset you want from those exchanges. You can chart on the platform, and you can also trade based on the charts that you're charting all in one. You can do everything all on the same platform. It is extremely convenient and extremely useful, and that is why I stick to this platform. And we're going to be talking a lot more about this in future videos. So if you want to sign up for CryptoWatch and support the channel, definitely use the affiliate links below. Also, I do have a Patreon if you're interested. Definitely hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and I will see you all in the next video.